All right. Welcome to another episode of Soto Desperado Play Star Wars The Old Republic. I'm logging in, and it kicked me out once already, so we'll see. I went in there and I managed to get some things. Let's see. What is this? It gave me sparkle powder. Oh, I have one crate. Okay, so I left off on Rishi, but I think I'm out of the Rishi points. It says weekly reputation remaining 0, so I have to wait till it restarts. So I'm not going to do much with that right now. So I'm going to stop the storyline right here. Alright, so what I'm going to do, go to Stronghold. Put these away because I don't really need them. Don't really need the sparkle powder. Alright. I got all that sparkle powder. Looks like I got a full set here, except for, yeah, I think I got a full set except for the helmet. I don't have the helmet. Huh. Oh. This is the one I paid a lot of money for this, but the thing is, if you don't know... Oh, item is bound. I'm going to save this armor set just because I'm curious about it. It looks like a standardized modular armor set that can be upgraded. But that's all I can think of. It has everything except the helmet. There's no helmet for it. It's called Sky Ridge Force Healers. Force Healers. Oh, this is Force Lords Bracers and Force Healers. So they're mixed. So it looks like there's two sets. Alright. So let's go back here. Overdue to empty that out. Yeah, these have attributes about them too. See, they have these attributes in red, and if you have all of them correct, it can help boost your power, but you got to get the right armor for the kind of character you're playing. Depends on your fighting style, you know, what stuff you use to fight with. So anyway, all right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start a video. Hopefully this thing won't screw me, and I'll be right back. Okay. All right, the finance zone. You won't believe what just happened to Adam Schiff.
Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Dylan here. We have a major bombshell today about Adam Schiff that you do not want to miss. Okay, the truth about Shifty Shift just came out, and this man is scared. He is afraid because of what's coming out about him. And let's just say he can't hide anymore. Now that Donald John Trump is in the White House, even people like Kash Patel said that they could potentially go after Pelosi, Raskin, Adam Schiff, Liz Cheney, and you know, Adam Schiff is very much involved in this whole mess. And Adam Schiff, he's getting exposed in front of the world. And we are finally witnessing the downfall of the elite Democrats, the insiders like Adam Schiff, like Pelosi, yes, like Chuck Schumer, Liz Cheney, even Mitch McConnell, right? A lot of these career politicians. You know, the new people are in town. And they're not putting up with this bureaucratic garbage. They've been ruining America. But hey, Donald Trump's here to save it, along with Kash Patel, Pam Bondi, and many more. So before we jump in and expose the deep, dark truth about Adam Schiff, we're gonna read the Bible because God comes first. Amen? Comment amen down below if you believe that. Today's Bible reading is my favorite one. It's Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Amen. So comment amen down below, my brothers and sisters. Let's jump into the video. All right, here we go. We have a circus in town. Schiff was just absolutely torched for Kash Patel hearing rant. Let's tune in, guys.
President Trump's pick for FBI Director Kash Patel, front and center on Capitol Hill today. He's backed by most Republicans who expect he'll come in and make major changes. He said he would, and Democrats, they're not happy about that.
He's done an excellent job at investigating, which, by the way, that's what the FBI needs to get back to doing, is actually investigating, going after criminals. I would say, Will, that Adam Schiff, the American people lost him in the United States House of Representatives. That was a gain for the House of Representatives. But I think the Democratic senators are now realizing that the circus has come to them. And I thought Adam Schiff was an embarrassment, like he normally is.
Wow.
He clearly has an axe to grind with Kash Patel, because it was Kash and our team that made a mockery of this guy year after year after year for lying to the American people, and the audacity that he has to go down additional conspiracy theory routes to tarnish Kash's reputation after he already participated, as Kash said there in his testimony, He was the one responsible for leaking Cash's information out.
Adam Schiff leaked Kash Patel's information, and then now Kash Patel's going to be the leader of the FBI. It's payback time, Shifty Chef.
Cash became a target.
Well, let's do this. Let's share with the audience perhaps an illustration of what you're talking about when it comes to Senator Adam Schiff. Watch.
Damn, guys.
Being considered for director of the FBI. And here you did no diligence to find out whether people you were associating with now the President of the United States in song were convicted of attacking police officers. Is that who we want running the FBI? I want you to turn around. There are Capitol Police officers behind you. They're guarding us. Take a look at them right now. Turn around.
I'm looking at you. You're talking to me.
No.
Oh, Shifty Schiff getting owned, guys.
Look at them. I want you to look at them if you can, if you have the courage to look them in the eye, Mr. Patel, and tell them you're proud of what you did. Tell them you're proud that you raised money off of people that assaulted their colleagues, that pepper sprayed them, that beat them with poles.
What?
Tell them you're proud of what you did, Mr. Patel. They're right there. They're guarding you today.
What's wrong with this guy? This guy's a freaking nut. Who is he trying to boss around? The next FBI director? This guy sucks. I'm sorry, Adam Schiff. It's time for you to go.
Tell them how proud you are.
That's an abject lie, and you know it.
How
I've
proud
never, ever accepted violence against law enforcement.
Why is he trying to say that?
I'm looking at you, you're looking at me. Cash, whom I've met and you know well, is intense. There was a question, believe it or not, Devin, there was a question buried in that rant by Adam Schiff, and the question is that who we want running the FBI? I'll ask you, what qualities and what goals and purposes need to be executed in who we want to run the FBI?
Well, it definitely needs to take a change in a different direction from where it's been. I mean, I think it was stated many times the FBI is at an all-time low today in terms of the people's confidence level in them. So I think Cash brings a level of understanding, both being on the prosecution side where he prosecuted terrorists. He served in the House of Representatives as a lead investigator for us, but also then went on and served in the administration. But people forget early in his career, he actually was on the other side and he defended criminals. So he knew what it was like when the FBI or DOJ or others overstepped their bounds.
Yeah, I think Adam Schiff is in for a very, very rude awakening. Now, this is Donald Trump. He just absolutely destroyed Adam Schiff on live television. Let's tune in, guys.
It's reported he invited Senator Schiff to join you on this trip and he was too busy. Are you disappointed?
I don't know. I was told that Schiff was going to travel with us to California. I wasn't thrilled, to be honest with you. And I saw him last night on television. It looks like he got hit with a baseball bat or something. What happened to him? Something happened to him. It looked like he got hit. It looked like he got beat around. But I'll ask Caroline to find out what happened to him. No, if he wanted to come out, I would have done that. But I don't know. Somebody said that he wanted to come on the plane, but I think he's staying back for the votes.
Yeah, I think Adam Schiff is way too scared to go on with Donald Trump. This is what Trump, went off on Adam Schiff. Take a listen.
Thank you very much, everybody. That was really good.
Do you now know who the whistleblower is, sir?
Well, we're trying to find out about a whistleblower. When you have a whistleblower that reports things that were incorrect, as you know, and you probably now have figured it out, the statement I made to the president of Ukraine, a good man, a nice man, knew was perfect. It was perfect. But the whistleblower reported a totally different statement, like the statement, it was not even made. I guess statement you could say with call. I made a call. The call was perfect. When the whistleblower reported it, he made it sound terrible. And then you had Adam Schiff, who, even worse, made up my words, which I think is just a horrible, I've never even seen a thing like that. Adam Schiff, representative, congressman, made up what I said. He actually took words and made it up. The reason is when he saw my call to the president of Ukraine, it was so good that he couldn't quote from it because there was nothing done wrong. It was perfect. So Adam Schiff decided, I can't let this happen. So let me make up. Do you ever hear of this one, Gene? Do you ever hear of a thing like this? So Adam Schiff made up a phony call, and he read it to Congress.
What?
And he read it to the people of the United States.
Why?
And it's a disgrace.
Why?
This whole thing is a disgrace. There's been tremendous corruption, and we're seeking it. It's called Drain the Swamp. There's been
Maybe it is time to drain the swamp, guys.
corruption on the other side. There's been corruption like you've never seen.
Damn.
The new president of Ukraine ran on the basis of no corruption. That's how he got elected. And I believe that he really means it. But there was a lot of corruption having to do with the 2016 election against us. And we want to get to the bottom of it, and it's very important that we do. Thank you very much.
That's crazy. You know what's so crazy, guys? Is Kash Patel also in the past said that Adam Schiff was one of the guys that they're going to be going after. It's going to be Adam Schiff, Pelosi, and Raskin. Take a listen here.
In 10 seconds, who are the three people that, if Congressman Nunes is right, they need to call?
Adam Schiff, Nancy Pelosi, and Raskin. Oh, easy day, all day long. Subpoena their phone records. They leaked mine too, so I'm ready for the revenge of truth to come about.
The revenge of truth to come about. Look at that smile. Look at Cash's smile. He's ready to go, guys. You know what's crazy? Is Donald J. Trump said that he went to Joe Biden and begged him for a pardon. That Adam Schiff, before Joe Biden left, he went and begged him for a pardon. And we're going to expose why this is so important in just a second, right after this clip. Take a listen.
And I heard Schiff went to him and just begged him for a pardon, because Schiff is a crook. Schiff is a crooked guy. He's a crooked politician. Schiff is just a bad, sick guy. And he went to Biden and he demanded a pardon because he thought he did something. He knew he did something.
Thompson would have won the chairman of that committee.
Benny Thompson destroyed, along with that unselect committee, destroyed all of the work that took place over 2 years.
That guy, Benny Thompson, he was the same guy who requested that former presidents be removed of their Secret Service, which was pretty much a direct aim at Donald Trump. And that was before Trump got shot. So Benny Thompson, yeah, maybe it's good that didn't pass, because the Secret Service was, well, they did a horrible job at protecting Trump, but at least he had some protection. But you know what's crazy, guys? Is Adam Schiff was literally caught saying that why would you need to ask for a pardon if you're innocent? With nobody other than Joy Reid. Look at this. This was in the past.
Have you ever heard of somebody getting a preemptive pardon who was innocent of all crime? Who's just an innocent person? Have you ever heard of that? Just somebody getting a blanket pardon and they're an innocent person?
Well, no, I think that
He said no. And Donald Trump said that Shifty Schiff went to Biden and asked for a pardon.
it's an effort not only to prospectively pardon people for things they have not yet been charged with and may never be charged with, but also it's the president's own family. It's people that have been covering up for the president in addition to his own family. This is the nature of those the president has surrounded himself with, including his family. And that is, it's been essentially a den of thieves environment. And so I think the president views this as his way of trying to protect those that have protected him.
Have you ever...
Wow, how crazy is that? So he just got legit caught red-handed. Adam Schiff got absolutely grilled by Pam Bondi. He tried to grill Pam Bondi. Pam Bondi ended up exposing Adam Schiff. Let's tune in.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ms. Bondi, as you know, the Supreme Court in Trump versus United States held the president has absolute immunity to commit crimes in certain core areas of the president's responsibility. One of those core areas is the Justice Department. So in a breathtakingly dangerous and irresponsible decision, Justice Roberts and the majority held the president could commit crimes using the Department of Justice and be immune from prosecution. Justice Sotomayor correctly said this new immunity lies about like a loaded weapon. So the fear and the concern we have is that the incoming president will use that loaded weapon, that immunity, to commit crimes through the Department of Justice. And for that reason, it is all the more important that we have an attorney general who has the independence, the strength, the intestinal fortitude to say no to the president when it is necessary. So my first set of questions has to do whether you have the independence to say no when you must say no. And you can say this is hypothetical, but it is not hypothetical. So let me start with one very specific non-hypothetical. The president has said Jack Smith should go to jail. Will you investigate Jack Smith?
Senator, I haven't seen the file. I haven't seen the investigation. I haven't looked at anything. It would be irresponsible of me to make a commitment regarding anything without, you're a long practicing attorney, without looking at a file.
So you would need a factual predicate to open an investigation of Jack Smith, is that right?
Not a summary by you sitting here. Yes, sir.
And not a summary by the president either, right?
Absolutely.
So a summary by the president or his desire to investigate Jack Smith would not be enough for you to open an investigation of Jack Smith. Is that right?
I will look at the facts and evidence in any case. And sitting here
today,
Senator, 72% of Americans
please, I only have
have
7
lost
minutes.
faith in the Department of Justice.
Sitting here today, are you aware of any factual predicate to investigate Jack Smith? Sitting here today, yes or no?
Senator, I will look at the facts and the circumstances.
You can't answer that question.
Brought to me.
You're not a part of the department yet. There's no worry about divulging law enforcement sensitive information. So just tell us, are you aware of a factual predicate to investigate Jack Smith? Yes or no?
Senator, what I'm hearing on the news is
Are you aware of
Do I know if he committed a crime? I have not.
You seem reluctant to answer a simple question. Let me ask you a different simple question. The president also wants to jail Liz Cheney. Sitting here today, are you aware of any factual basis to investigate Liz Cheney? Yes or no?
Senator, that's a hypothetical, and I'm not going to answer that question.
No, it's not hypothetical. I'm asking you, sitting here today, whether you are aware of a factual predicate to investigate Liz Cheney.
Senator, no one has asked me to investigate Liz Cheney. That is a hypothetical.
The president has called for it publicly. You are aware of that, aren't you?
No one has asked me to investigate.
But the president has
We're also worried about Liz Cheney, Senator.
The president has
You know what we
called for
should be worried about?
Ms. Bondi, please answer my questions.
California right now is through the roof.
Ms. Bondi,
Your robberies are 87% higher than the national average.
My question is this.
That's what I want to be focused on, Senator.
Do you have the power to say no to the president? And what you're suggesting today by your non-answer is you don't have the independence to say no to the president. So let me ask you a different question. It also requires you, if you're going to be a good attorney general, to be able to tell hard truths to the president. So my questions now are, can you tell hard truths to the president? So let me start with an easy truth that you could speak to the president. Can you tell him that Donald Trump lost the 2020 election? Can you say that? Do you have the independence to say that? Do you have the gravitas, the stature, the intestinal fortitude to say, Donald Trump, you lost the 2020 election? Can you tell us that here today?
Senator, what I can tell you is I will never play politics. You're trying to engage me in a gotcha. I won't do it. I won't play politics with any ongoing investigation.
So let me ask you another,
like you did leaking your colleague Devin Nunes's memo.
If you can't answer the question, let me ask you a different, what should be a simple truth, not a hard one. Was there massive fraud affecting the result of the 2020 election, yes or no?
Senator, I'm glad you asked that question, if you'll let me answer what I saw in Pennsylvania.
No, I asked a simple question about massive fraud.
I can only tell you what I saw in Pennsylvania.
I know you want to answer a different question, but my question is, can you tell us whether there was massive fraud affecting the results of the 2020 election, yes or no? Was there or was there not?
I can tell you what I saw when I went as an advocate to the campaign.
That's not my question. So you can't answer that question. You can't speak that even easy truth to us, let alone to the president. So let me ask you a different question. It will also be important that you give good advice to the president. Are you prepared to advise the president not to pardon people who beat police officers?
Senator, as I said, the pardons are at the direction of the president. We will look and we will advise. I will look at every case on a case. Let me finish. On a case-by-case basis.
Okay, good.
And I abhor violence to police officers.
Follow up with that. So will it be your advice to the president, Mr. President, I know you said you want to issue hundreds of pardons on day one. Will it be your advice to the president? No, Mr. President, I need to go over them on a case-by-case basis. Do not issue blanket pardons. Will that be your advice to the president?
Senator, I have not looked at any of those files. If confirmed, I will look at the files
and
for
will
the
you be able to
pardons, as well
will
as
you
the
be able to
ongoing
review
investigation.
hundreds of cases on day one?
I will look at every file I am asked to look at.
Of course you won't. So will you advise the president?
Can I answer the question?
Well, my question
I
is,
would have plenty of staff. You said, of course you want.
You'll be able to review
Listen,
hundreds
I'm
of
not going to
cases on the first
mislead
day?
this body nor you.
All right, let me ask another question. You don't want to answer that. Let me answer
You were
another question.
censured by
It will
Congress,
also-
Senator, for
it will
comments
also-
just like this that
it
are
will
so
also-
reckless.
It will also be important for you to be able to preserve the records, the evidence of the department. Are you ready to commit that none of the evidence in the January 6th investigation will be destroyed under your watch?
Senator, I will follow the law. I will consult with ethical officials in the
Do
department.
you see any ethical basis to destroy evidence in the January 6th investigation? Then why can't you answer the question? Why can't you say, I commit to this committee, we will never destroy the evidence in the January 6th investigation? Why can't you give this committee and the American people that assurance?
Are you frightened because evidence was destroyed against President Trump that was false? Is that why you're frightened now? I can't believe this is even...
Why do you have difficulty answering that question?
I can't believe
Why do you
you're
have
asking such a
difficulty?
question.
Why do you have difficulty promising to preserve evidence at the Department of Justice? Why is that a difficult question?
I will follow the law.
Now, Trump is absolutely torching Adam Schiff right now. Adam Shifty Schiff, he's a sleazebag. I call him Watermelon Head. He's unattractive both inside and out. He's got the smallest neck I've ever seen on a human being. Let's tune in.
And we deal with real scum. I mean, like a guy like Adam Shifty Schiff. He's a sleazebag. And he's probably going to be a senator, if you can believe it, but I call him Watermelon Head. He has the... No, he's unattractive both inside and out. That is... No, but this is a really bad guy. This is a dishonest guy. Not a dumb guy at all. He's got the smallest neck I've ever seen on a human. He'll never be a football player, I can tell you. But he's a smart guy, but he's just a sleazebag. You know, there's nothing else you can... Should I give you a little example?
I hope you will. I'm really enjoying this a lot.
This gentleman happens to like my son, Don, I think, because he likes you. Now,
Great
maybe
man.
you don't, but he likes you. I have a son, Don, who's a good guy. He's a good guy. He's a wild man. A little wild. I would say he's a little wild.
In a good way.
But in a good way. He's a very good kid. And I read about, like, all of a sudden, he's involved with Russia. I said, but I know him so well. He's my boy.
Schiff was involved in that? Are you serious? I don't know much about Schiff, but if he was involved in that, oh wow, I would be freaking scared. Yeah, if I was Schiff, I probably would also be running to Biden for asking for a pardon. I love how he's got a Diet Coke right here.
Oh, exactly. He knows less about Russia than the cameraman that's sitting right there who's never been... Don doesn't know anything about Russia. But one day, about, 3 years before, they met, a whole group of people met with a Russian lawyer having to do with the Nowitzki Act or something, having to do with child adoption. Crazy. But she was a Russian. Now, everybody in Congress knew this woman. But anyway...
You know what's weird about someone who just adopted super late? Is Robert De Niro. Yeah, look at this. Robert De Niro, 80 years old. Now has a 10-month-old daughter. I mean, you know what's kind of weird about this? Is like, the guy's already 80. Like, what's the life expectancy for, like, he's not gonna live past 100 most likely, right? I mean, the child, as soon as the child becomes an adult, the father's gone. I'm just saying it out loud. I mean, it's kind of weird that Robert De Niro is adopted a 10-month-old, right? Am I the only one who thinks that? Now, apparently, Jesse Waters slams Judge Merchan for his gag order on President Trump. He's saying that apparently the daughter's been paid by Adam Schiff. Do you guys see this?
Yeah, I don't know what this judge is up to, but I know his family's getting rich from the trial. And the daughter is raising tons of money from this. The daughter's been paid by the Biden campaign, being paid by Adam Schiff, who colluded with the star witness.
Is that accurate? You know Judge Merchan, the guy who sentenced Trump, the daughter's getting paid by Adam Schiff? I just don't get it.
Whatever he wants, but Trump is gagged. They are threatening to throw the Republican nominee for president in jail for talking, Harris. For talking during an election.
Oh yeah, y'all think, oh, totally nothing, no shady business going on, right? Just Trump can't talk.
Now, I'm not a lawyer, just play one on TV, but the gag, you could have the Loch Ness Monster as a juror, and Trump can't say the Loch Ness Monster is real. That's $1,000. Boom, right there. It's not fair, it's unconstitutional, and it goes against everything that this country stands for.
That's crazy, guys. That's literally insane. President Trump just slammed Adam Shifty Schiff. This is a must watch. Let's tune in, guys.
Maybe for the first time in 3 years, I'll have a good question, and I'll love it.
There is a report that came out just before you and President Niinistö walked out here that the whistleblower met with a staff member of Adam Schiff prior
I love that question.
being filed.
It shows that Schiff is a fraud. And I love that question. Thank you, John.
Can I finish asking it?
Yes, there's nothing to finish.
So the whistleblower, according to this report, met with a member of Adam Schiff's staff. You got it right there. You know it.
I hate to say it's the New York Times. I can't believe they wrote it.
Your response to the
Maybe
fact
they're getting better.
Your response to the fact that happened and that Schiff may have learned some of what the whistleblower knew prior to the complaint.
Well, I think it's a scandal that he knew before. I go a step further. I think he probably helped write it.
Whoa.
Okay, that's what the word is. And I think it's, I give a lot of respect for the New York Times for putting it out. Just happened as I'm walking up here, they handed it to me. And I said to Mike, I said, whoa, that's something. That's big stuff. That's a big story.
Yeah, Trump is a very, very smart guy. I mean, we're talking very high, probably top 1% IQ in the world. If he has a hunch, you know, it's crazy. Is Trump is right about a lot of stuff. When he says stuff out, he's usually right. So it's kind of crazy what he's saying about Adam Schiff, right? Yeah, it's kind of crazy because Adam Schiff tried to go scorched earth on Pam Bondi, but Pam Bondi ended up exposing Adam Schiff in front of everyone. You know, Adam Schiff, you know, Donald Trump, he had some words to say about him. Let's tune in.
But he's a sick puppy, that guy. One of the least, I'm not allowed to say this because this could cost you your president, because you're not supposed to talk about somebody's looks, and so I won't. But to me, he's one of the least attractive human beings I think I've ever seen. Not a
This was during his California rally.
stupid person. He's got the smallest neck I've ever seen. No. He's got the smallest neck. His neck is like so small, and his head is large. So he's not being held up by much. I can guarantee you he will not be playing for your local football team, I guarantee.
Trump is hilarious, guys. You know what's funny is Adam Schiff actually said that Kamala Harris could overwhelmingly win against Trump. Yeah, we saw how that turned out. Let's tune in, guys. This is so funny.
Do you think she's a stronger candidate to take on Donald Trump?
I think the vice president would be a phenomenal president. I think she has the experience, the judgment, the leadership ability to be an extraordinary president.
Could she win overwhelmingly?
Based off what merit, bro? She has extraordinary leadership. The chick can barely even get a sentence out on her own without reading a script.
Overwhelmingly, Congressman?
I think she very well could win overwhelmingly, but before we get into a decision about who else it should be, the president needs to make the decision whether it's him. I don't want to get into a debate. I don't think it's good for the party to get into a debate over, okay, if not him, then whom, but rather...
Yeah, because you want to control it, buddy. Yeah, we know it was you, bro. We know it was you and Chuck Schumer and probably Barack. It was probably you, Nancy, Barack, and Chuck Schumer. If I had to put money on it, it was probably you four up there. And Probably Michelle too, because we all know Michelle Obama is the one who wears the pants in that relationship. Probably telling Biden, hey, you need to get the heck out. We're bringing in Kamala Harris.
Let's focus on the fundamental decision.
Do you think
That's crazy? I do not trust Adam Schiff at all. This is him reacting to Donald Trump's indictments.
I'll tell you, reading the indictment, Jack Smith had no choice but to bring these charges. The evidence outlined in the indictment, if these allegations are correct, is so powerful that to fail to charge Donald Trump would mean that we don't have a system where the rule of law applies equally to everyone. It would mean we have a completely different justice system for people in power positions or privilege like Donald Trump. So these charges had to be brought. It'll be a difficult case to try, but nonetheless not an impossible case to try, and there was simply no alternative.
Wow, no alternative. And you know what's crazy is after all these indictments came out, Donald Trump had no punishment. But let's call him a convicted felon, but no punishment. I mean, how crazy is this guy, Adam Schiff?
Better now than 2017?
Well, we're very experienced now. You would say nobody's ever had experience like I have. I've dealt with some very good people. I've dealt with some very bad people, and I know who the bad ones are and the good ones are. You know, don't forget, I was very successful in primarily the real estate business. And people used to say, who's worse, a politician or a vicious real estate developer? And I'd always say, you know, the real estate developer is far worse. But after about 3 months and getting to know scum like Adam Schiff and other people like that, I said, no, actually, real estate people are quite nice by comparison.
You know what's crazy is I think Adam Schiff is at the top of the list. I thought before it was Liz Cheney or Pelosi. Yeah, I think it's Adam Schiff. I mean, he was the first guy that came out of Trump's mouth when he was talking about the worst politicians, Adam Schiff. And apparently, Adam Schiff, I did a little bit of research, guys. Apparently, Adam Schiff has served 12 terms in the United States House of Representatives from 2001 to 2024. Now, this is according to Wikipedia. And I don't always trust Wikipedia. But he was a member, it says he was a member of the California State Senate from 96 to 2000. Meaning, this guy has served how many terms now? 12 terms, 13 terms? Now we're going on 14. Is he on 15, 16 terms now? I can't even keep track. I mean, this is absolutely insane. This guy, you know, he moved to Arizona to California in 72. He graduated 78 in high school. He played soccer. He was the class valedictorian. Salutatorian. And his students, his peers voted him most likely to succeed. I guess he wasn't successful yet, but he was most likely to succeed. What the hell went wrong with this guy? He went to Harvard freaking law school in 1985. And from 87 to 93, he was an assistant U.S. attorney in the office of the U.S. attorney for the Central District of California. So it's actually crazy because he basically started working for the government in 1987. I mean, we're seeing what? How many years now? Almost 40 years, this guy working for the government? 40 freaking years. Albeit he started as a lawyer, but then he worked his way in. He's doing 12, 13, 14, 15 terms now. I mean, it's crazy. People like Schiff, people like Schumer, Pelosi, Mitch McConnell. How long has Pelosi worked for the Democrats? You guys want to do a little trivia? Nancy Pelosi. How long has she worked for the government? She got started in the 1960s. She stepped as a volunteer for the Democrats in 1960s. We're going on 60 freaking years, this woman. And Chuck Schumer? All right, guys, trivia number 2. How long? When did he get started? 1975. He was a 3-term member of the New York State Assembly. This man served 9 terms in the U.S. House of Representatives before the year 2000. From 81 to 99, he had already served 9 freaking terms. Why are there no term limits? I just don't get it, all right? And trivia number 3, how long is Mitch McConnell? When did he get started working in politics? Let's see here. Mitch McConnell, he got started, I believe, in like 1960, or maybe in the 50s. This dude has been working for so freaking long. I'm sorry, I can't find the answer. But Mitch McConnell, holy crap. What are we doing? What are we doing here, guys? So, major bombshell today. Let me know your thoughts down below with Adam Schiff. And by the way, Donald John Trump has launched his official meme coin, crypto coin. I've been talking about this a lot. Right now, we do have a special where if you buy the Trump coin or Melania coin with my link, you're actually going to get up to $100 worth of free meme coins just for using my link down below. So it's the Trump coin, the Melania coin. It's also Bitcoin. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. also said most of his wealth is in Bitcoin. President Trump, his Trump coin is now in the top 30 biggest cryptocurrencies globally by market cap. You can buy this with a debit card, credit card, or even Apple Pay. It's very simple. These charts and these, coins are going absolutely ballistic because it's Melania and Donald Trump. So check those out down below. Otherwise, guys, let me know your thoughts on this one. Take care and God bless.
You may run or you may stand your ground, but you'll go no farther. You aren't going to win this. I swear it. You aren't going to win this. I swear it. You aren't going to win this. I swear it. You aren't going to win this. I swear it.
Alright guys, sorry. I can't start another video because I got all this stuff right here right now.
You can put us... Killed? I was dead.
Believe whatever you want.
If
that's true.
Then,
You're known.
So,
This is protocol. Is there anything wrong?
are corpses.
You're telling me they did?
With the crew dead.
The Brent Star.
There won't be.
All right, we finished the Black Talon finally. Took forever. All right.
I accept all forms of currency. Thank you for your patronage.
All right. Let me see if this will let me switch over. All right. Something else. No, I don't want it there.
Why is abortion such a...
No.
Check!
No.
Pete Higgs.
No. Here we go. This is from Legion of Men. It's only 20 minutes. Going retarded from not socializing. The world has forever changed for men. Legion of Men.
I have an episode here from this title. Going retarded from not socializing by Elisha Long. Let's get to it, dude. What's going on?
Hi, Thumos brothers. One shot, everyone knows the freaking rules. Listen, yesterday, someone said that they are going through mental retardation from being socially kind of isolated, lack of socializing. Dude, how many people are going through this shit, man? How many guys are dealing with this? All right, I'm not
That's funny.
Any different. I'm not, foreign to this subject. This thing is real, and I'm telling you, getting a girl is just not good enough. Getting a girl is not good enough. I see this happening to a lot of guys. They go to the gym, and then they play video games. This is their main habits, and they got a girl. This is the main habits. They go back to grinding on RuneScape, this nostalgia, sort of this yearning for nostalgia. They go back to it, and they just keep lifting. They're kind of stuck in the lifting, and video games and girl. Video games, girl, work. Video games, girl, work. Lift. Dude, it's not a natural order for us men. We're going to suffer. We're really going to suffer, okay? So we have to talk about this. We have to do something. This guy in yesterday's video, mental hell. If you're going through mental hell, he said, I'm not...
Damn, dude. I wonder... It's kind of crazy just to see the lasting effect that the COVID lockdowns have had on society. We turned into kind of recluses in a sense. Bars have never been the same. Nightclubs have never been the same. Any place that people used to socialize and stuff have never been the same. I mean, politics has gone really radical. We're on completely different sides of the aisle. And you can feel it just walking down the street. Everybody seems like it's like enemy energy, right? Very confrontational, adversarial in nature. I say that all the time. But it's true. It used to be a much happier place, no? Like, do you guys remember growing up? Just even, not even when you're kids, man, but just go back like 5-10 years. And it was like, you could say hi to anybody. Everybody seemed very friendly. You didn't really have a reason to look at anybody in like adversarial nature. Like, who the fuck is this? Why are you in my neighborhood? Like, what's this guy doing here? And you didn't have to watch anybody or worry about being judged harshly or feeling like you're walking on eggshells in society because you can't say something. And like cancel culture didn't really take off yet and all this stuff. But the world has changed dramatically, dude, in the West, for sure. you only notice just how much has changed if you start traveling overseas, guys, and you go to like Southeast Asia, Eastern Europe, like places where, I guess, is it woke culture? Is that what you could call it? Or modernity? I don't know what label you'd slap on it, but the cancel culture, the wokeness, the whatever, the like thin skin where you can't say certain words or have certain beliefs that it absolutely will offend people. That doesn't exist in other countries, and people are so much more relaxed, so much more chill, down to earth. Like, you can have conversations, people are smiling, laughing, still enjoying themselves. It's like, only in the West have we become so bitter socially with one another. It's hard as a man to, hell, even get a girlfriend and get into that death loop that he's talking about, like girlfriend, work, video games, gym, and then repeat until you're fucking dead. Like, that's already hard enough to get to after the pandemic. A lot of guys are completely socially isolated, or they don't even have any more guy friends, or they're stuck in the loop of just like working video games. And then they'll fall off of the gym completely. And then they end up rotting in their house or rotting their soul away at work, a job that they hate that's paying them pennies that they might not have tomorrow because the economy's contracting, and you probably will need to start doing gig work soon just to make fucking ends meet because none of these jobs are paying enough with the runaway inflation we got. And so everybody's like struggling, angry. You know, there's another side effect of this is like, we're all broke. Things have gotten too expensive. How could you be happy and smiling and all shit when you can't even afford to go out anymore? Dude, a McDonald's is too goddamn expensive. You might as well go at a sit-down restaurant now. What do you think all these things do to a person's like happiness and their, you know, energy and how lively they feel when I'm like rubbing 2 pennies together to fucking get by, bro? I can't even go out and get a McDonald's because that shit's not $5 anymore for a number 5. It's like fucking $12, $15, $20 in some places. And it still tastes like shit. Of course, everyone would be mad in that situation.
I'm not going through mental hell. My body's fit. Things are decent. But I feel mentally I'm stunted. Because I'm not getting stimulated mentally. I need other conversation. There was a guy, spent a year on an island. He went insane. He went insane alone. He was isolated. He had no one to talk to. He had no one to say, hey, dude,
Wilson!
Your ideas are stupid. Or, hey, congratulations. Great story you got there.
Wilson!
Someone to see you. That's what Thumos is, you know? That is what Thumos is, to be seen by others. For a man to never be seen is a terrible fate. So I really think that we gotta think about this. We gotta think about what to do. Because it really is the fight of our lives. Because I don't see it getting any better. Like, I don't see the...
As I love the calls in the private community, it helps keep me grinded. We have men from all avenues, all walks of life, all socioeconomic classes. Some guys are absolutely fucking loaded. Other guys are dead broke, barely just starting. It's cool to be in a room where having a Zoom call like 15 people and it's tight. That we could all start talking about a certain topic based on the videos I've done on the second channel, but that shit keeps me grounded. The community is what keeps me going. The YouTube stuff, dude, talking into a camera like this and reacting is really boring. It was fun the first year. It's really cool to meet people in public, and they're like, oh my God, it's you from YouTube. I watch your stuff all the time. You know, can we take a picture, all that stuff? That's pretty cool, but it's a very lonely thing. It's just a camera and a bunch of numbers on the screen that go up or down. But the actual, like, foot on the ground, real connections that are being made are the ones that are made in the community. If you haven't, join already, please, because they're awesome conversations. I talked to a lot of men. Even the consults are amazing for those that want to do the private consult. But the next step in all this stuff that's always been my master plan is why it was called the Tribe of Men, is to open up like a compound in Arizona, somewhere in Phoenix, where we could all get away. It's got an MMA gym, it's got a weight room, it's got a studio for recording stuff like interviews. It's got, we got a chef that can cook for everybody, and he's cooked for famous people. One of the best, most famous like fighters in the world, because he does a lot of fight-centric diets and supplementary plans. And it's like, to bring all these together in one place could really help men. And go away. Just go away for like, let's go for a hike for the next couple of days. Let's go out into nature. Let's go detach from modernity and do some hard shit that you're not used to doing. It was a snippet of the golden things I used to enjoy when I was back in Phoenix, and I look forward to one day maybe getting back there sooner than later and starting up. I still have my old tribe that I talk to every day, the boys, man, my day ones over there that are absolutely waiting for my return. I'm absolutely jacked, and I can't wait to see them again. And we're already talking about putting all this stuff together. It's going to be amazing. It just takes some time and some money. And I'd like to do it on my own without asking anybody for anything. So just be patient. We will have a sort of a men's retreat kind of deal. You will be meeting with me in person. We will be training, sparring. We will be lifting weights. We will be going on 20-plus mile hikes. We will be resetting our brains and getting back to basics about what it means to be a man.
Dude,
we will be reconnecting.
I can barely
it was
throw
called
out
Tribe
the
of Men
trash
for a
without
reason.
being winded.
Of course, some absolute toads in San Francisco that smoke meat for a living got upset I was using that name. That's why we changed to Legion of Men, in case you didn't know. But, well, who cares? The act is important, not the name. So, anyways, we'll see you soon on that one. Let's let this man talk about what he's saying and keep it pushing.
Average guy getting any better with just like being inundated with VR, VR meta coming out. It's going to get more isolated and put into a sort of like a fake universe. More escape. The video games are only going to get better. The digital women, digital titties are only going to get better. The walls are closing in, dude. And so I think all of us are kind of looking for better ways to connect. Better ways of connection. So I suffer with this big time. Big time. I remember just waking up, working a night shift job, graveyard shift, walking around in this truck lot, letting the trucks in and out. Dude, I would go stretches of time without seeing any human beings all night. I would come home, I would go to sleep, I would wake up at like 2 p.m., 3 p.m. No one's in the apartment building. My roommate was off working, so I didn't see anyone. And then I would go to the gym, and I would so frequently be alone that it got kind of weird. It got very weird to see, look a woman in her eyes. Women became like a foreign thing to me because I would never see them. And I would just there was always this little itch in my balls, like a little, hope I see a girl today. Hope I see a cute girl. Maybe I can make eye contact with. Maybe I can flirt with a little bit. But then I was awkward in my own body. I walked into the gym. Shit was like, Eli, loosen up, man. Loosen up. I was I didn't feel like Eli. I didn't feel like myself.
Be here all
because
fucking day.
I really believe that you almost find yourself in a community. You find yourself the eye in the tribe. It's
yep.
It's just not good. I don't think this is discussed enough. I don't think it's discussed enough on what to do, right? We know there's an epidemic. A lot of old people too, lonely. But what do we do? So maybe this is, already familiar to you because I've talked about this before, because this is literally what my channel's about. Thumos being seen, the brotherhood I've created, uniting the men has always been a goal. But I just, I want you guys to feel this. I want you to do something about it. If that is your reality right now, if you're lonely, you got to do something about it. And there's a lot you can. So a big part of our group is martial arts. We encourage every guy to do some sort of martial arts because
I love this dude. That takes you back to the primal zone. I'm telling you, there's nothing else like it. One-on-one contact against another human male. Guys, you got to try it. At least try it. You might not take to it. Maybe you like grappling. Maybe you like striking. Maybe you don't like it at all. But at least it'll get you the confidence you need to actually get into something else. Perhaps you'll, say something a little less contact-oriented, like let's just say rock climbing or something. But still, it's very refreshing because finding your tribe there, it's like the last bastion of manhood. I'm telling you guys, there's nothing that comes close. The gym, weightlifting, cool story, dude. But go to a mixed martial arts gym, a striking gym, a boxing gym, a kickboxing gym. It doesn't matter. Jiu-jitsu gym. Who cares? If you stick to it, you will make lifelong friendships. There are dudes, again, from all walks of life. Could be the skinniest, pipsqueak looking nerdy dude that's just looking there to make himself feel better about being in his own body and, feel a bit confident in the way he can handle himself in certain situations. If that were to happen, to the most giant-looking, absolute pristine top 1% like specimen, to everybody else in between. There could be a 7-year-old lady over there just trying to get active and lose some weight and not, let old age take over. There's everybody there. So don't be intimidated. Just walk in and find a decent gym. There's probably a bunch around you. You could read the reviews. and start to partake, man, in that group activity. That's all it is. You don't have to go in there and fucking choke people out and be a knockout king. Relax, dude. You're there just learning. You're going to be getting into a flow state. You're going to be drilling. You're going to be practicing. There's going to be a bunch of new people just like you, a bunch of people more advanced just like you, happy to see you because they were in your position at one point. Everybody likes to share their hobbies with other people that show interest. You're going to be one of the people that show interest, so everybody's going to welcome you because they understand how scary it was the first time stepping in that door. Don't be afraid. It's one of the few places that could take you out of depression, could take you out of a mental, like, negative fog, negativity in your life in general, will help put you around people that are also looking to do better in their lives, to ascend to the next level, that are looking for connection as well, guys. Again, like I said, it's the last bastion. It's one of the few that we have left.
Because combat has been a part of human history forever. And so just like the gym where we simulate strenuous activity, the martial arts dojo academy is a, sort of artificial simulation of war, militant training, combat, brotherhood in arms that are training towards something. And oftentimes you'll go to competitions together or you'll have open mats together where you're hanging out, shooting the shit, and you're rolling, you're beating each other up, but you're also developing like strong bonds. I'll tell you this. You can go to jiu-jitsu and roll with a complete stranger, and you can like bypass like a 6 months of getting to know someone just by rolling with them, sweating. One time, this is nasty, but one time I was trying to pass someone's guard, and a bead of my sweat just dropped down into the guy's forehead, and I watched him like, no, and I like, this is very cringy, but in the moment I kind of wiped his head off. Sort of a beautiful experience, very cringy. But man, I felt bad. But that's life, That sweat hit him on his forehead, and he felt it. The other night I was rolling, and the guy let out a huge fart, just a huge fart, dude. And I'm like, I'm playing guard, right? I'm like, got him. I got grips on him. This guy rips ass, and I'm like. It's no big deal, dude. That's human nature. He's like, oh, my bad. I'm sorry. And I'm like, don't even worry about it. We got back to it. We act like nothing happened. That's fine. That's fine. That's human nature. But, there's a sort of human element there. So let me get off the topic of martial arts. I'm getting worked up. I like it. I love it. It's one way that I want to teach. I want to unite men under martial arts. That's a goal. Listen, many different ways. There's many different things. Cigar lounges hold brilliant minds. There's, some old pimps walking up in there. Some old guys walking in there, bringing 2 ladies, drinking some cognac, giving you some whiskey, giving you something. Here, bud, here's a sip. Business guys just trying to get away from the house, taking a break from the kids. Cigar lounges are great, okay?
Is that still a thing?
Let's think. Riff them, dude. Riff them. We got to riff them. Get them down below. Get them down below. Where else? There's people all over the world. You just got to go.
I don't think cigar lounges are a thing anymore. If they are, let me know. I'm curious. Someone says, I notice it's harder to make sentences when I haven't spoken in a while. Once you're out of high school or college, your circle dwindles. And work friends aren't friends. Also, by the way, it's harder to make sentences while you're not spoken. Read books, guys. Never, never, never let yourself stop reading books. Like, part of avoiding the mental decline as you age is keeping your mind sharp, which means you need to keep feeding it information, but you also need to stress test it. Read books, digest the concepts that you're reading. Sometimes maybe read out loud, like the spoken word. Say it, slow down your reading, really understand what you're saying. In writing, too. Write down some of those thoughts. Like, journaling is important. It keeps your mind sharp. It helps you rearrange all the thoughts and organize everything in your head. That's important. You got to keep this sharp. If all you're doing is like TikToking on your cell phone, social media, reel after reel, short after short, people hardly watch long form content anymore. You know what they're watching these days? 60-second reels, 30-second reels. And you know what? They don't even last 30 seconds anymore. Most of the reels, because this is how you get the most engagement, are 15 seconds. Then they figured out another cheat. If you just do a 1-second reel with a giant box of text that forces people to read, it tricks the algorithm in thinking that's a good video, so it pushes it to most people. So now people are just reading little quote snippets and the video plays over again in a loop with like one little sound, like a blink sound or whatever it is, just bypassing what the system was meant to do. Our consumption is becoming more and more stupid. It's getting multiple levels of retardation lower,
more stupid
and our attention spans are absolutely struggling because of it. We're suffering. A lot of people are. So yeah, you got to pick up a book, got to read, keep writing, go out in nature, detach, put your phone down, focus on your thoughts, your goals in life and how you want to get there. Think about yourself, who you are, what you want to do. Develop a strong personality, something unique with strong boundaries. Don't let outside forces invade your inside and have effect, have any pull on what you want to do, who you want to be. Let them shatter your confidence, right? Sow doubt. Fuck all that noise, dude. You got to detach. This world is a disgusting place today. It's turned into absolute degeneracy. It's designed to weaken you, weaken the body through what you eat and all the bullshit they push, weaken the mind and all the bullshit content they push, weaken the spirit and all the degenerate shit that they want you to get into. And once your mind and your body and your spirit goes, you're fucking done. You've become a slave in modernity. You become a lost soul that may one day, unfortunately, press endgame on themselves. You get in a desperate state like a red, or I could say black pillar instead, or a doomer, or just somebody that's given up on life. There's so much out there to live. There's so much to do. It just takes you breaking out of the trap, the prison that you've set yourself through having your spirit, your mind, and your body broken by the system we're living in. Little actions every day can have huge compounding effects where you can literally become a completely different person in the span of 1 year alone. If you understand that you're currently in a prison, in a psychological societal prison that you could break out of with very simple steps every day, not giant leaps, baby steps every single day. And you can get out of the trap, man. You can escape. But it's hard because your mind has been taken over, your body has been taken over, and your spirit has been shattered. And so the man is unmotivated, undisciplined. And even if he wanted to escape the trap, he'll convince himself that he doesn't have what it takes to escape. And so he remains in his prison forever. Don't be that guy. And one day I hope to build a community with the private one as well as in person in Arizona, God willing, that we could get that far to help men escape that trap, to let them see the light. That would be, oh my God, I could die happy there. If that's my mark that I could leave in the world, that'd be incredible. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this episode, feel free to subscribe. Check us out on the second channel. We put really amazing content there. I actually work on that one. It's all original videos. And if you haven't, check it out. This is Eli Long. Dope channel. I love his message. I've only seen, this is the first video. Somebody recommended it to me on email, but everything he's talking about, I fully support 100%. So give his channel a look-see. And as usual, guys, see you on the next one. Take care.
Yeah. Like I was saying earlier, when I go out and I throw the trash, I live on the second floor in an apartment. And so I get the trash, I go downstairs, I throw it in the dumpster, and then I come back up the stairs. By the time I come up the stairs, I am completely winded, and I have to sit down for 20, 30 minutes to get my breath back because I'm that sick. I would not be able to join this guy's gym or his club. Can't do like 20-mile runs or shit like that. You can't even take out the fucking trash. You're not going to be able to do runs. So anyway, and I'm 54, man. I'm old enough for any of that shit. Those guys look like they're, in shape. And they stayed in shape since they were young, and that's why they can do shit like that. Come on, man. I'm going to try to change it. Let me see if I can find another video. Because they're going to take forever to press that button. All right. Jack Morgan, Red Leather Podcast, The Car Payment Epidemic 2025.
La da Maria. All right, we sound good.
God, let's talk about it. They said the number one wealth killer and the number one reason why people have no money in their savings and no money to invest is because of car notes. How much is y'all car payments?
Classic. All right, so we got the car payments. We're back in action. I got my homie Kevin chilling with us on this one. Before we get to this dude with the repossession here, I was curious. I was looking it up. I was like, how many people actually have car payments? According to Google AI, because over 100 million Americans have auto loans. Dude, Kevin, 100 million people.
Yeah, dude, that's like...
That's a third of the population.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy, dude.
That's insane. Do you have a car payment?
No.
All right, good man, good man.
But, yeah, I could see how a third of the country could be dealing with that because they got to get to work, right?
All right, wait. All right. Wait till you see this next one, though. All right, so back to the repossession guy. Okay, I was just curious how many Americans were there. Yeah, it's a third of the population. All right, this is classic, though, dude. Watch this one.
So you're behind?
Man, I'm probably about a year and a half.
A year and a half behind. They're still trying to pick it up?
Yeah.
You told them that it's a 2019 Dodge Charger with 200,000 miles?
Yeah.
Oh, my God, man. A year and a half. They trying to... Repo Man hate you, don't he?
Yeah, right.
All right, look.
Dude, he's a year and a half behind on payments.
Jesus
How
Christ.
many people do you think... I'm going to look this up in a little bit here. But there's got to be... Dude, how do you even go...
You're fucking slave to debt, dude.
No, but how... but how do you even get to go that far without...
Some kind of repercussion. You know what it probably is? It's probably just they're so swamped with work that they just don't even,
they don't
give
care.
a shit.
Or he's hiding it real well, dude. People love those Chargers.
I can easily see them being so understaffed, though, that they just can't, get to him.
Yeah,
and there's bigger fish to fry.
That's crazy, though. All right, we're going to Grandpa. So, according to Gramps here, it goes, unless you're making $85,000 or more a year as an individual, or $170K cash as a couple, a $700 a month car payment is a terrible idea. Do you agree with me? I actually kind of do. I do agree with him. Even if I'm making a little over $85K a year, and I still think it's a terrible idea. I mean, for that much. But then again,
Hey, but what was it before COVID? What was the car payments before COVID? Because dude, I feel like it was like $300.
They were
$400.
like $300. That's chill. You got a $300 car payment.
Yeah,
you're
so
in
this
the clear.
shit just doubled.
You're chilling. Anyways, we're gonna have some fun here. This is the best. All right, so do we agree with Grandpa or not? So I looked up on TikTok, high car payment. That's all I typed in, right? And even TikTok goes, as a warning sign, it goes, a hard car payment can significantly impact your financial health and purchasing power. That's the best. And then I started hearing this lady right here, this lady in the pink.
Because I refuse to believe that I am the only person with a high car payment, and I refuse to believe that my husband is the only man with a high truck payment. I don't know if y'all see it, but I literally see vehicles posted for sale now for like $100,000 to almost $200,000. And there is absolutely no way that people are purchasing these vehicles without paying a high car payment.
Yep. She's absolutely correct. Wait until you see this one. Dude, this is like rich people shit here, okay? And I don't care. For the record, I don't give a shit. If you got a car payment, you got a car payment, you got a car payment, I don't care. I just think it's funny. But this one right here, dude, this is like rich people level stuff, okay? This is when you see somebody...
I work in luxury sales, and these are the highest payments we've ever seen. It's our sales manager, Shaq. What's the highest payment you've ever seen?
Shit, probably 4,800 to 84 months.
Holy shit.
Damn, man. 3250.
Jeez. 4,300 on a lease. Jeez. What's the highest
on a
payment
lease?
About $3,200 on a V Series Escalade.
This payment that I've ever seen is $4,400. This young lady, she purchased a 2024 Cadillac Escalade V.
All right, so if you see somebody riding around town in this car, they're rich. That's my conclusion. I actually found one that's not the V series, but it's about half the price, so it looks the same. So looks can be a little deceiving, okay? But this is like rich people shit. Okay,
hey, hear me out though. Do you think that it's this high inflated prices is simply due to parts or greed on the back end of these car dealerships?
Okay, here's what I honestly believe. I truly think that they simply just can. So, so hear me out.
So you're saying greed?
Hear me out. All right, they found out, right, that boom, we got before 100 million people had car payments. Let's say they got 70 million people for a car payment at $300 a month. They go, well, once they found out that people would pay $500, $700 for a Kia Sonata.
Oh my God, Jesus!
That's
Christ.
what I truly, honestly believe. And to answer your question about the lease situation, a lot of people, man, you're making this kind of money. You probably own your own business. You're writing this off. I get that. If I'm making $50,000 a month, I own my own business. Yeah, dude, $3,000 a month.
But a luxury vehicle being your quote unquote work vehicle, like.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
But the reason why people get these big ass cars though is because over 6,000 pounds, you could write the whole bitch off.
Well, no, I'm thinking like Lambos and shit like that. Like, are you able to write off a Lambo? You know what I mean?
No. Lambos and shit, dude. That's a whole other bracket, dude. No. That's a whole other bracket. No. But the reason why though is like if you have a lease, doesn't matter the car, you can write it off for your business.
Wow,
the monthly
people
payments.
really
so would you rather give the government $3,000 a month?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Or it doesn't work exactly that way. But anyways, we'll keep this party moving. So anyway, point is, you see somebody riding around like this.
Yeah,
they're Big Daddy Warbucks. All right, let's go to Keisha here. This lady's the best, dude. Right here. Cars that I've owned with their car payments. This is rich.
That I've owned and their car payments. Let's start off with some of y'all dream car that I keep telling y'all not to buy because it's a lemon.
All right, before we get into that, today's video is sponsored by Connect With Me. Connect With Me is perfect. You want to start a consulting, coaching, talking to people on the phone that you don't know for money, giving them information. Connect With Me is perfect. They do a minute-by-minute charge versus having to do an hourly rate. So, for instance, this number on the screen, you can call me anytime, this number. Okay? I do charge $5 a minute, but I could charge $1 a minute if I want. Connect With Me handles all of that. Right? So for people like YouTubers, this is perfect for someone like you. You don't want to deal with scheduling, okay? You don't want to deal with billing. You don't want to give out your actual phone number. You don't want to worry about people texting you in the middle of the night. But they will. I've given my real number out to people. Don't do it. Connect With Me is perfect. I love it. You can call me anytime at this number. But this is perfect for anybody wanting to get into this, YouTubers. Oh, can you help me with YouTube? Bingo. Yes, I can. It is by minute. I like the minute feature. I really do. Because you want to talk to me for 20 minutes? That's it. 5 minutes in heaven? We're done. It's over. Anyways, sponsored by Connect With Me. If you're a YouTuber, it's great for people like us. It's good stuff. I love them. Thanks to everybody who's called. Love talking to you. Anyways, back to the party.
But it's the 2023 Jeep Wrangler. This one was $973 a month. Up next, we have my 2020 Dodge Challenger. This was the 50th edition. It was $1060 a month. Then we have my baby that they have not repossessed because that's my soulmate. I love my car. This is the 2022 Tesla Model 3 Long Range. This payment was $1163 a month. I need to do a video on how much these cars are worth now. It'll shock you.
Okay, before she keeps going. All right, but she does do a car rental business, but she's already at 3 G's a month for the 3 cars. And now she's going to her 4th one here.
Then we have another one of y'all dream cars that I keep telling y'all not to buy too. 2023 Mercedes-Benz C300. This one was $1212 a month. Then we have Bronquisha, the Bronco. This one was a 2022 Bronco. And the payment on this was $1219.
Oh, man, those things are so nice.
All right, so now we're already sitting at $5,500 a month. I'm keeping mental note here.
We have my 2022 Dodge Durango with the red seats. It was so cute. This one was $1224 a month.
Damn, we had $6,700 a month right now.
My biggest moneymaker ever was this car, the 2020 Dodge Charger Scat Pack. This one was $1260 a month.
Damn, almost $8,000 a month right now. And she's got another one. They love these Chargers.
He was so cute. But anyway, the 2023 Dodge Charger, this was the last call. $1,508 a month. I know.
Dude, we're getting into to rental payments and shit.
No,
like,
no,
what the fuck, man?
That's okay. She did own. She does the Turo thing, rents out the cars. But dude, you're sitting close to $10,000 a month. How the people love these Chargers, man? I'm just blown away by it. Because circling back though to the guy with the repossession, or 100 million Americans have auto loans. That chick literally had what, 8? I wasn't keeping track of the money, but she had 8 auto loans. I wonder how many people have 2 cars.
Jesus Christ, man.
That are both just payments on both. I actually knew a cat before we dive back into the Chargers. Everybody loves these Chargers. I mean, they look cool. I get it. But so this one dude I knew, right? He was like a big weed dealer. Okay. He gets he got a Corvette.
Jesus Christ, we got
and
two
noobs. I was like, dude, why'd you get a Corvette? He's like, I just love it. And then he goes, yeah, I just picked up a Buick too, but it was like a basic ass Buick. And I was like, wait, so you have car payments on both? He's like, yeah, I'm paying like $18 a month between both of them.
Jesus Christ, man.
Anyways, he ended up going to prison for like a year. So he lost all that. He did. But I just thought that was so funny. I was like, I think you're getting a little ahead of yourself here. Yeah, but anyways, I looked up some of these 2019 Chargers, like the dude in the beginning who had their repossession. That one's only $15,000, $16,000, $14,000. You know, like you could go get a used one of these, 20 G's, get the green Bandit, the green Goblin.
You think it's because like it loses its luster? Like people are like driving them and they're like, "This really isn't that cool," and then they just trade it in, and now these values are like a lot lower than the actually what it's worth, you know? Or is it just mileage? I mean, where like
I think a big one is right because, for instance, I have 2 cars. I drive a 2007 Mercury Grand Marquis. I got it for $10,000, flat, like that, and then I got an '85. Cadillac Eldorado I got for $9,000.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful. But it's still like I bought them separate, years apart. I bought them cash. But dude, I barely drive the Cadillac.
Like you bought them both though before COVID, right? Or,
no, I just got ripped off on the Mercury recently, but it's a great car. Way overpriced, but I had no choice. My other car got totaled.
Wow.
But my point is like when I drive just the one car, the Mercury, like I don't really care, right? Like no, okay, I will say it's a conversation piece, right? Like watches, okay? Like this is an expensive watch; it was a gift. But my point is somebody pulls up in a nice car, it's a conversation starter. When I pull up in the 2007 Mercury Grand Marquis, zero people are like, dude, what do you do for work? Like, that's a really nice car. It's not. It's a basic ass car.
Not,
but when I pull up in the Caddy Daddy with the red leather, with the white walls and the spoke rims, dude, 9 times out of 10, any gas station, anywhere I pull, some fucking guy, every single time.
I got an interesting question for you. These luxury vehicles that people are paying fucking asinine prices for.
Yeah.
Are they? You think that they're gaining the clout that they get from those vehicles? Do you think it gains them business or gains them some type of like edge in the marketplace and gains them more money than what the car is worth because they're adding income?
I personally think it does. When you said clout, I hate that word clout.
Well, yeah, but that's like literally what these vehicles do.
It just clout just sounds kind of like. Oh,
I mean, you're flexing.
It sounds like a disease. It's like
you're literally flexing. I mean, there's no.
I personally think, before we get to this guy, the number one wealth killer, I do believe that it is. I think people perceive you differently.
Yeah,
I think they do. Like you pull up in a nice car, you pull up in a let's say you pull up in a Porsche, people are gonna be like, he drives a Porsche. You know, they're gonna treat you. I do think that. I can say because
so you're saying there's status value, but not exactly monetary value.
Yeah,
I'm saying.
I think most people probably shouldn't have huge car payments, but hey, you know, we got to learn the hard way out here.
Jesus.
Anyways, let's go to the Asian man real quick. Number one wealth killer here. Back to the normal, everyday, common folk.
Always buy your cars with cash, or if the car company is willing to give you a 0% loan, I think in that instance it's okay to take a car loan.
No hate to this creator whatsoever, but I feel like people with this hot take are not only out of touch with the car market, but just out of touch with the world in general. This creator says that having a car payment is a #1 wealth killer and that you should just buy a $10,000 car instead.
Man,
but I
I'm
guarantee
glad this
you
fucking
he doesn't
game's
know
over
what
because I'm tired of these people
actually gets you for a
taking
car in
forever to make
today's
a
market.
fucking decision because they're watching.
I mean, you'd be surprised what you can get. You get the Jeep Renegade Latitude, dude, for $9,500. The who wants to really drive that? But I looked some up right here, Carfax, right? 2017 Volkswagen, almost 100,000 miles,
man.
10 bands. You're not stunting.
Dude.
Nobody's going to come up and go, that's a sweet that's a sweet wagon, bro. I get it.
Man, that's kind of a good deal. What do you? That's actually
Nissan Sentra,
11,000 miles.
Not bad.
Sweet, dude.
Not
What
bad.
is this?
I mean,
that'll get me to work.
10 grand. I just typed in 10 grand. Get a Mitsubishi with a lot of miles on it for 10 grand.
Oh, that's yeah.
But a lot of these have super high miles on it.
Yeah,
140,000 miles, 9 Gs. You know, nobody really wants to pull up in the Chevy Traverse.
I gotta be honest with you. I'm looking more at the miles than what the actual.
Yeah. Like, do I want to pull up in a Mini Cooper Roadster? Not really.
Not really.
Not really.
No.
Not a great look.
No.
I mean, I'm from England, yeah. You know, she's gonna end up sipping tea with some bloke filling up on his crumpets, you know, pulling up on that thing. I think it's from England. I could be wrong. Like the Kia Forte, the coupe. I didn't even know they made a coupe for that. 10 bands, you know.
No.
It's safe to say that most people... I mean, I'm going to be real. I just bought a car for 10 Gs, right? I just got a car for 10
Almost got
grand.
another
Like 4 or 5
grand.
months ago. But it was a specific... It was a certain car where I was happy with how it looked. I was happy with the mileage. It took me months to find it. God forbid you need a car tomorrow, right? Most people are not going to go for one of these when they could just go for something for 20 grand and pay $500 a month. That's kind of how you get sucked into it, though. Like, how many people,
crazy.
for real, like, let's be honest. Do you just have, like, 15 grand to just go shut out of your ass, just cash? Like, I'm not saying you don't. I'm saying
emergency, maybe, but not just like, you know, yeah. Well, not only that, but we're not even discussing the other payment that you're making on insurance.
Oh yeah, that's a whole nother bracket.
The insurance market is absolutely
criminal.
It doesn't even make
Criminal.
sense, actually.
I don't like it.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Anyways. So there are options out here. It's just not going to be what you want to pull up in. You know, you just don't. Like, you're going to pull up in the Chrysler Pacifica? Probably not. You know, like, I get it. I wouldn't either. Anyways, let's get back to the party here. It just keeps going. There's plenty of options. Get the Audi, dude. People love the Audi.
Pretty sweet.
That's
but
pretty
135,
nice.
135 miles.
It keeps going forever. We're going to get out of here. All right, come on. Another Benz. Oh my God! How long does this go? I forgot how long I was going on this bitch.
Yes, I get it. No car payment is a flex. But what people don't understand is everyone that's riding around with a paid off car, it means that they paid it off. It means at one point they had a car payment, which there is nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, technically, I had a car payment. It was $9,800.
You paid it all in once,
Yeah,
or if
once.
you pay it in car payments, you're still paying for it.
I
mean,
get it. I paid it off.
Yeah.
It makes sense. But I agree with her though. Like, I know most people don't. It's almost like you're forced into it.
Yeah.
Like I would say, I get that. I do.
Having a car payment does not mean you can't afford the car, and I wish people would stop saying that. I think in general, there's a lot of people that give money advice on this app as if it's a linear
Hold on,
situation.
pause for a second.
As if everyone's pockets are set up the same, and that couldn't be further from the truth. In conclusion, I think the only person that can tell you how to spend your money and what to do with it is you.
Well, that's why 100 million Americans have have a car loan.
Jesus Christ.
To what she said about doesn't mean you can't afford it. Well, about 8% of auto loans in 2004 were at least 30 days past due. So 8% of 100 million, that would be 8 million people. So about 8 million people actually cannot afford it. What were you going to say, though? Love that.
Do you notice all these people with the electric scooters, bikes, and doing all that?
Yeah.
Because I'm seeing it like crazy.
All over.
I don't know if this is like a Florida thing
They're
or something.
zooming. No. This is everywhere.
Maybe somebody in the comments could talk about their state and
Dude,
maybe if like because it is crazy the amount of and it actually makes sense. Like
it does.
It makes perfect sense.
My neighbors, they all got electric bicycles.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like, dude, there's footage of a guy out in Alaska. He's riding a Lime scooter right next to a moose. No, I'm just making that up. But I think a big one though is like okay, so a little backstory on Kevin. He actually came on the podcast when I first started, and I had 500 followers, right? And I thought I was supposed to be this big thing. So he was here in the beginning. I just haven't had him back on since we blew up. I just got too good for him.
Jesus
but
Christ.
no, pass me that though. But Kevin's written like 12 books, but he wrote this book called What's Wrong with Millennials, right? I'll leave the link down below. This isn't necessarily a book plug, it's just a good book. But there was a section in there that I kind of was offended by. And it was like millennials, we all feel entitled. And at first I was like, but then I thought about it and I was like, I kind of am a little bit of a brat. Like, I'm not a brat. I don't mean it like that, but like I feel like too good for the job or too good for this. But this kind of was making sense because I haven't finished the book completely. I've read half. I'm not a great reader, but I wouldn't be. Do you have anything on cars in there, or like? Because this is something where I feel like the chick said, you can't afford it, or like no, it doesn't mean they can't afford it. I'm like, dude, just because I could go get signed up for a $700 car payment, pull off the lot with a Charger right now. Is that just me being super entitled to like I should have something I literally cannot afford?
So I don't actually discuss about cars, but I do discuss about the overall wealth in America based on generations. So that was a good Gen
chapter.
Z and also millennials only make up like a small portion, and then every other generation after is like leading in all of the wealth. So it's just generally speaking now. You know, we're in our 30s, and we're like dealing with the prices of these things, and we don't actually have that much of the wealth.
Yeah, we're getting priced out of actual ownership.
I mean, comparatively to in the 80s
Gen
and stuff,
X,
like
boomers,
when they had a lot more wealth to be. I mean, they obviously weren't paying crazy prices that, but adjusted for inflation, they were way well off than what we're doing.
There were still car payments and shit.
Yeah.
But you're 1,000% correct. 1,000%.
Yeah.
Anyways, I just thought that was a funny statistic. The 88 million people with car payments, 8% of them are late. So it's safe to say that they actually can't. All right, so this one was funny. This one was sent in talking about how the lady said you shouldn't take advice from anybody other than yourself. This is a classic story of got to learn the hard way. So this dude sent it in, Angel here. He goes, yo, what's up, Jack? I've been watching you since 15K subs. Thank you. He goes, with the car epidemic videos you were first popping off, I'll get straight to business. He goes, so basically I fucked around and found out the hard way. He bought a 2013 supercharged BRZ. It turns out that's a Subaru. I didn't know what the hell BRZ was. He goes for $24K in June of 2024.
Wow.
He lives up north. Let's fast forward a little bit. He goes, I went full throttle. He goes, honestly, I was going 25 miles an hour, causing my car to slide, hit the curb, and totaled my car completely. He goes, honestly, I'm screwed because I still owe $17K and don't have the gap insurance. He goes, I still want the car. It was my dream car. It would range from $7K to $10K to repair it. Because worst case scenario, the insurance only gives me 50% of what the vehicle's worth. Because I still owe $5K on the car. He goes, anyways, I should have listened to you, Jack, or Jackie boy. He goes, when you expressed expressed not having a car note. He goes, I got to take the hit. So yeah, a lot of people are going to find out the hard way. That's one positive about owning your car, is if you get it totaled, that's the car he had. But I just thought that was funny because I'm like, I'm not necessarily here to teach anybody anything.
He brings up a good point, though, because he's discussing, though, that his insurance is only paying about 50% of what the car is actually worth. Does that indicate...
That happens all the time.
Yeah, but does that indicate that the insurance has an actual valuation on what the vehicle is comparatively to the auto industry, which is hyperinflating the vehicle?
No,
or are they just, no, we're only going to pay 50%?
So rare... Dude, rarely are you going to get... You guys chime in, but... Dude, if you got full coverage on your car, it's so rare to be like... They pay you out fully for what it's worth. It is like... Usually they got to sue. They got to get some kind of...
Yeah, it's tooth and
they got to
nail,
get some kind of
basically.
lawsuit money. People love that shit. They're just suing everybody out here.
So they're undervaluing your vehicle.
Yeah, like you never actually... That's why for me, right, on the second channel, on my other channel, I talked about how a guy had hit me in my car, totaled my car. He had no license, no insurance, didn't even own the car.
Jesus Christ.
True story. Luckily, I owned my car outright, but here's the thing. I was shit out of luck because I was paying a limited amount on my insurance. So this is what I mean. So if I paid full coverage on my car, right, they wanted $300 every month, and I have a great driving record. Okay? But if I paid for Florida minimum, I'm paying $75 a month. So in the long run, it's not every day people are just getting totaled. Your car's getting in an accident. It's just not how it works. I had that car for 7 years.
Oh, you're saying the surplus value in your insurance payment could have hypothetically paid for your total amount.
But here's the thing. What were they going to give me? $7,000 for my car? Because in the long term, if I paid that insurance for 3 years, that's 5 years, that's $15,000. I'm paying $3,000 a year in insurance. So if I'm paying the $75 a month, you just have to insure yourself. But at least I'm not getting fucked, because even if I had full coverage, what are they going to do? Cut me a check for 5 Gs? Big deal. Like, I paid you 15.
It's like the insurance company's acting as a personal savings account, basically, for...
But not even.
But they're not actually paying out what the thing is worth that you put in. So
like if we had, right, like let's say me, you, this guy, and this chick over here, and homie right here, if we had the discipline to, every month go, I'm just going to insure myself. I'll put away $300
put away
every
this,
month.
You'd have more value.
Yeah. And within 5 years, you'll have enough money to go buy yourself a used Kia Soul for $10,000. I'm not saying people want a Kia Soul. I'm just saying.
So this ties back into what you're saying.
Yeah. So anyways,
car notes, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's go back to the. But this is another thing too, right? Monkey see, monkey do. Everybody's got one.
Yeah.
Everybody. They're handing these shits out, but this is more the everyday person's kind of car payment right here.
What are you driving? How much you pay a month? I drive that, and I pay $400. $400? You have the TR? No. Hey Matt, what are you driving? What's your car payment?
2023 Audi S5 and 770.
770. Bryson, how much do you pay a month? What do you drive?
I drive a 25 Hyundai Elantra N, and I pay $420 a month.
That's not bad. Huh. Plus insurance, looking like probably $600-700. Nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy, but it's just, this is kind of, you see people like this driving a decent car. It's normal, is what I'm trying to say.
What are you driving? How much you pay a month?
2018 Subaru WRX. It's paid off.
Paid off. Nice. What are you driving? How much you pay a month?
It's an Audi Q5, and I pay $500.
Yeah, but what are you driving? How much do you pay a month?
2024 Volkswagen Taos and 440.
Hey Justin, what are you driving? How much do you pay a month?
I drive a 2006 Chevy Silverado, and I pay $244 a month.
Damn, I didn't even know you could finance a car that old.
Hey, but that thing's probably gonna last forever.
Oh, dude, the Silverado,
dude,
they're known for being
the
1500s. Forget it. Great car.
What are you driving? How much you pay a month?
2019 Kia Stinger, 600.
600 for the Kia, dude. The Kia Soul. My homie Nestor, he does helps me do some editing stuff. His dad, shout out to Pops. He drives the Kia Soul because I'm always ragging on the Kia Soul. It's not a bad car. It's just, but here's something kind of. If everybody bought what they could afford, this would kind of. This is like my joke. The $5,000 car range here. You get that Kia Soul for $499.9. You got the, but nobody wants to drive these. You know, you get the Escape, Toyota Corolla 6500. Get the Nissan 6Gs, 6Gs for the Chevy. You know, but there are options out here. It's just like, let's be real. Are you gonna go pull up and grab this? You know what I mean? Are you gonna grab that, or are you gonna take the same 6Gs and pull off with the Kia Stinger? You know what I mean? Or pull off with the Audi? Like, how many people are gonna pull up with $6,000 and honestly, for real, they'd rather pull off the lot with the nicer car, which I get. I do get. It's just funny, man. But there's plenty of these hoopty options out here, but you also get what you pay for. I'm sure these cars are pieces of shit. I'm sure. That's just where the car market is. So to be fair with what that black chick said, it is almost like you get forced into it. Nobody wants these Mini Coopers. Look at this one. You rarely see Mini Coopers anymore.
It's just pure necessity of having to pay for just getting to work, getting your groceries, get everything. I mean, you like driving is a privilege, yeah, but you got yeah. How can you function without a vehicle?
You can't. And nobody wants to pull up in the Hyundai Santa Fe with the chip paint. Nobody wants that, man. I'll show you what they want. I found one in here. It's a solid deal right here. They want the Benz, so you could still get your Benz for $7,000 right here with the wood grain. Look at this thing. The bumper falling off, wood grain. Look at this piece of shit. Hold on. Look at it. Who doesn't want to drive that? Dented sides, pulling up. It's a beautiful world, man. Anyways, you guys leave your thoughts. I don't know what people's obsessions are with these Benzes, though. I don't get it. It's a status thing. I do get it. You want to like how you look, like what you drive. Anyways, man, you guys leave your thoughts. I'll always love doing these car ones. You can hit me up, connect with me. Don't forget the homie Kevin here. All right, I'll leave his link to his book down below. He's
nice.
It was just one of those things where he supported me in the very beginning when no one believed in us. We actually did have that one viral video though on Instagram.
Oh, that's so sick.
We got that 1.5 million views on Insta. That was crazy, but. Anyways, man.
Well, I do want to say something.
Yeah.
I am proud as hell of this guy.
Oh,
so.
Stop it. We're just talking shit on the internet. We're just winging it. Anyways, solid talk. Kevin, you want to film another one?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, Kevin's going to have a double feature. We're going to film another one. All right, man. Good talk. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Sorry, I came back from break. I couldn't imagine having a fucking car payment, dude. I wouldn't be able to pay rent. You know? And the only reason I pay rent is because I have cats. I have baby cats, not baby cats, but my grown cats, who to me they're like my babies. You know? So I have to put a roof over their head and feed them and all that. Like this month, what I have to spend on groceries is like literally $50 until Friday. That's what I got because I had medical expenses, I had car expense, I had to buy a new battery for the car.
I'll never be able to prove Lord Gratham was behind the transmissions that allowed her invasion, but it doesn't matter. Everyone who matters knows the truth, and Gratham is already losing influence and followers.
All right, well, I'm going to cut it here. I have a steak on the fire, so I'm going to go, I have a little thin steak, like the ones Asmo Gold eats. I eat those. So I'm going to go eat that, and you have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching. I'll put the links in this description.